Hey guys, I'm so excited to dive into this. So I have some slides. We're going to tap into the slides first, and then we're going to talk about the energetics. And I'm going to be face to face with you so we can really get into this. But I am so excited. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I cannot wait to help you guys hit 100K in the next 6 months. What is needed, the strategies and the energetics needed to spring into, as this is all about blooming your business. I was like, let's play with the name, to spring into 100K cash or more in the next 6 months. So I am Brooke Allison. Hello. I actually have a slide with my beautiful face here. I am a mind shift expert and achievement strategist. So I help ambitious entrepreneurs really scale to six figures and create those consistent $10,000 to $30,000 cash months by creating a business in a mindset that is fiercely unstoppable. So being master certified in 5 different fields, including NLP, EFT, hypnosis, and more, I work with men and women to rewire their subconscious mind and master their personal psychology so they can release anything that is holding them back subconsciously. My clients come to me when they are ready to fulfill that freedom lifestyle that they desire while creating the impact and the income that they are after. So what I truly believe is that through energy activation, which we're going to talk about today, through courageous confidence and with proven strategies, your success is inevitable. But basically, I help people make as much money as they want, having a step-by-step plan along the way. I get to help mold those future millionaire minds, those people who know they're meant to be like for more. I get to help mold those minds, which is amazing. So we are going to be doing a 2-part series here, as we're doing like the first part with the slides, with the strategies, and then we're going to dive into the energetics. So we are going to do the proven strategy, and then we're going to do the energy activation with you so you can really understand it. That way you can receive more money than ever before. You can receive more abundance than ever before, whatever that looks like for you. Because if we're being honest, you guys, you are here right now because you know this is your time. You know that this is your year, and it's time that you decide you're actually ready for $100,000. Now, today's training is all about that happening in 6 months, but it's okay if your goal is to have that happen within the year. It's also okay if your goal is to have that happen in 3 months or 1 month. My system works for all of that, as long as you just start learning how to pair the energy and the strategy together. That's the important thing that we're doing here today. So the truth is once it works for you, you honestly end up collapsing time, and success happens faster than ever before. Okay. So we're going to dive in. So today, we are going to be going over 3 different things. We are going to talk about how to activate your energy. We're going to talk about that. We're going to break down the strategies needed to actually hit and secure $100,000 in 6 months. And we're going to go over the energetics of receiving more money than you could ever imagine. Woohoo! Sounds fun, right? I love it. Okay. So let's talk about the steps. Okay. Before we go to that next slide, let's talk about the steps. The strategy, because I don't know about you, but I am a how person. I am a how person. And yes, we don't need to know exactly how it's going to come together, because that like ruins the magic, right? You don't know how you're going to meet your soulmate, or if you would have known how you're going to meet them, it probably wouldn't have been as special. Same thing with your ideal client. So you're like, it's the fun. Like the other day I had someone reach out to me and they say, Brooke, I want to work with you one-on-one. And I was like, oh, exciting. Okay, fun. And she signed up, and it was so amazing and incredible, but I wasn't planning for that. I didn't know that part of the how was coming into place. So we don't want to ruin the magic, but we do want to have the strategy. You do need a strategy. And really, it's actually a couple of strategies that you need to have in place for everything to be working as a beautiful, cohesive unit. So when you have that, the next thing you know is business and sales and clients and cash and all of the things that you really want more of. It starts to feel really fun. It starts to feel really easy. And you're like, yeah, that was simple. Of course, I just signed 10 clients last month. Of course that happened, right? So let's move on. There are 3 main things that you need in order to hit your next 100K in cash. And again, we're talking about 6 months here. We're going to break that down. But I do have something for free for you at the end. So make sure you stay. Oh my God, seriously, you're not going to want to miss this. But make sure you stay to the end because I got something for free for you. But let's talk about these 3 things. The 3 things are clarity, confidence, cash flow. Clarity brings so much confidence, okay? And confidence brings the cash flow you desire. That is literally the direct tether. If you can think of them as like a linear line, it is the direct tether that brings more cash. So if you're not receiving the cash flow you desire, there's something that broke the tether to your confidence. So then you're not doing the things necessary, and we'll actually put some more of the placement in place later. So stay tuned. And then if you're not confident, then you're not clear on something. There's something that you are not clear on. There's something that you are feeling a little wishy-washy with. And it could be your message. It could be your audience. It could be your offer, your niche, your goals, your fears. Anything that is throwing you out of alignment is what is stopping this progression to move really freely. Okay. So we're going to dive even deeper. Now let's go into even more the essentials needed for your next 100K. We're going to dive even deeper. Now, clarity and confidence, that brings, when you are clear and you are confident, when we're talking all about the 100K guys, mark you guys, okay? So to get to 100K, when you are clear and confident on that journey, you have a strategic 6-figure business plan. And you get extremely visible with a clear step-by-step plan of action to get there. You know what you need to do. You feel confident in your offer. You feel confident in what you're doing. You're confident in your messaging. You're confident, right? You are confident in the plan of what you need to do to make it happen, to actually get to your next 100K. You are clear and confident. Does that make sense? Now, when we have confidence and cash flow, that means that you have that magnetic messaging and marketing down. Okay. That means that the messaging and marketing is working for you really easily. Now, when we have, last little thing, when we have the cash flow coming in and the clarity, that means that you have more consistent sales, AKA more of those high 5-figure cash months in a row every single month. It's not about you hitting 10K one time, okay? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's amazing. Congratulations, but it's about hitting it again and again and again and increasing that along the way. I don't want you to do what I did in the very beginning of my business. I hit $17,000 and then I fell back down to like 4. And I was like, well, that's not fun. I was like, that's not fun at all. I really want you to have the increase, and we'll talk about what healthy growth looks like later, because it goes up and it goes down, but over time it's going up and down, but over time it's like going up. It keeps going up. If you hear my puppy, don't mind her. She is in her kennel right now trying to take a nap, but clearly she's not napping. So anyways, when you have this in place, it really provides the complete financial freedom and impact that you are desiring to make right now. So me as Brooke Allison Coaching, Brooke Allison LLC, I actually just celebrated over 30, and I'd have to recount, but we're definitely over 30 at this point. Basically almost 3 years of 5-figure cash months in a row. And this month is another one. And next month will be another one. And we actually scaled. I was stuck at $10,000 months for almost a year. So every single month I was making $10,000, which is awesome. But being plateaued is also not great either. It's learning how to bust through that income ceiling. And we'll talk about that in a minute and what I did to shift it. Because I went from $10,000 months to 45,000 cash months consistently. And these are the exact things that I focused on to get there, okay? These are the exact things. Now, which one do you want to accelerate in your business? Is it the strategic 6-figure business plan? Is it the magnetic messaging and marketing? Is it the more consistent sales? Maybe you're focused even on the basics of the clarity, the confidence, and the cash. You're like, okay, I know I need to figure out the cash. Well, then which one of the two do you need to figure out more? And I want you to send me a DM. If you are watching this right now, I want you to send me a DM, and we're going to put my headphones in so you guys don't hear my puppy as much. I'm really hoping she goes to sleep. So this is perfect. While I put these headphones in, go ahead and send me a DM. I am Brooke Allison on Instagram. I'm super friendly. Come say hi to me. And all right, let's change this over so you guys can hear me. All right, perfect. So send me a message. Let me know. This is a picture of my Instagram. You can also send me on Facebook. It's either Brooke Allison, that's my business page. And I want you to tell me which one of these do you need the most help with? Is it your strategic six-figure business plan? Is it the magnetic messaging and marketing? Or is it the more consistent sales? Which one of these do you need more help with right now? What do you need in your business to actually spring you forward into that $100,000, cash? I almost said cash month. Well, hello, that's also an option for you. But cash in the next 6 months, in the next year, in the next 3 months, in the next month, whatever that looks like for you. I have had clients actually hit one of my clients hit 163,000 in 1 month just with a few shifts that we did together. So I know it's possible for you if it's a desire on your heart. Now we're going to dive into some even deeper to what we just talked about. So I want you to send me a message. I can't wait to read your messages. I can't wait to connect with you. But we're going to dive even deeper. Okay. And because I have something special for you watching this summit right now. You are watching the summit and I am so excited you are here. I actually opened 10 spaces on my personal calendar for 10 of you, 10 lucky people in this chat right now, in this training right now for a free 6-figure strategy call with me. Okay. Now, if you want me to take a look at your unique business and exactly how you currently market yourself and tell you exactly what you need to shift to hit those $10,000 to $30,000 cash months, I want you to, as you're DMing me what you need to work on, send me a message with the word call, CALL, and I will see if you are a good fit for this strategy call. Because I only have 10 spaces available in my calendar. Obviously, with a new puppy and everything, that is a lot of stuff. So on this call, we're going to be going over 3 main things. Now, the first thing is we're going to actually identify the number one thing that's blocking your success right now, your personal success. This is personalized per person. As soon as I hear you talk, I could tell you exactly what needs to shift for you to actually receive more. But we have to be on a conversation for me to do that. The second thing I'm going to give you is step-by-step strategies to help you personally scale to your next or your first 5-figure cash month. So whether that is 10K, 20K, 30K, and beyond that, I'm going to give you some step-by-step strategies that you need to work on. And the third thing that we're going to do is I'm going to go over the 3 things that you must have. You have to have these in place to actually scale to 6 figures and beyond this year. So I want you, as you're sending me a message of what you know you need to work on and everything too, I want you to DM me the word call, CALL, if you want to earn one of these 10 spots. Okay. If you want those personalized shifts and support and scaling to consistent high-level 5-figure cash months, go ahead and DM me the word call, and I can't wait to talk to you. So let's dive in even deeper. I just told you we have even deeper what needs to happen here for you to really scale strategic wise. So all the strategies that you need to have in place. So let's talk about the strategic 6-figure plan first. And again, I'm just going to go back up. So you saw this, obviously clarity and confidence brings that strategic 6-figure plan. When you're confident and you have that cash flow coming in, that means that you kind of mastered your messaging and your marketing. And when you've got the cash flow and the clarity, you have more consistent sales again and again and again. Now, strategic 6-figure plan. These are the 9 essentials that you need to scale your business. So and I'm going to tell you why, because when you have this strategic 6-figure plan in place, meaning you have tons of visibility, you're going to scale really, really quickly. It also allows you to have a very simple lead generation process that actually works for you, okay? And then you're going to have powerful promotion. So what does that mean? That means, AKA, closing more sales more often. These strategies I teach my clients actually help my clients land 5-figure launches every single time. So when you have that strategic 6-figure plan, these are the things you're going to start to see happening in your own business. Now, let's go to the next one. Magnetic messaging and marketing. When you are magnetic and your messaging and your marketing, you attract ready to buy leads. People are ready to buy from you. They're like, okay, let me pay you now. Yes, I'm in. Really no objections. They are hot. They are excited. They're like, yes, I feel you. And you easily grow your audience daily with your messaging and your marketing that you have mapped out, especially with that 6-figure strategic plan. You know, okay, my audience is going to grow daily because of these things. And the cool thing is you're actually seen as the go-to expert. So you're seen as that expert status, which is really important for credibility and for people to have more eyes on you, what you're doing, and the problem that you are solving for your clients, which creates a lot more cash. Which brings me to the last three, the more consistent sales. So on an obvious note, when you have this, you have an increase of your cash. You have an increase of consistent cash. And the cool thing about this is it allows you to actually elevate your product funnel. So you have a clear process that takes someone from a stranger to a paying customer again and again and again. You know what needs to happen in your client retention as well as in bringing in new clients as well, right? So this also means that when you have more consistent sales, it means you've mastered your sales conversion. And if you don't know what your sales conversion is, we have to have a conversation. And while you're DMing me, you might as well just tell me and be like, how the hell do I calculate my my sales conversion? We will talk about that. But you want your close rate at least to be 50%. And then we want to increase it from there. At this point, my close rate is probably over 80%, almost 100. Most people who get on the phone with me do end up buying because they realize how valuable the offer is and how much I really give to my clientele. So let's see. While you're DMing me, I want you to tell me which 2 or 3 of these do you really need to focus on? I don't know what the heck I'm saying. Focus on. I just created a new word, you guys. Focus on. Which ones do you really need to focus on to increase your income? So take a look at these, take a screenshot of this if you want to, and just really understanding these are the 9 essential pieces. And when we really break it down even further, there's so many pieces of the puzzle of like this is the truth, you guys. There are deep strategies with each of these 9 pieces that make a piece, a tiny piece of the puzzle. Okay. So this is us building each piece of the puzzle to massive success. And eventually everything works as like a cohesive unit. I almost like to describe it as like the gears of the clock. And what happens when people come to me is they come to me and they're like, okay, there's something wrong. I'm not receiving enough leads. I'm not seeing enough sales. I'm not seeing enough conversion, whatever it is. There's something going on with the gears of the clock, and we want to get that to moving quickly. And this is what happens when we have those gears in place. Okay, so let's break it down. $100,000 in 6 months. Now, I actually broke it down for the year because some of you guys might be just focused on, okay, 100,000 for the year. And this is what you need to do every month, okay? Depending on your price point as well, 100,000 for 6 months, and then 100,000 for 3 months. So again, you might want to take a screenshot of this. And this is not like, this is the only price point you have. I have price points all over the board. I have things that are under $100 and I have things that are over $35,000. So it really depends on what your client needs more than anything, but it's showing you how this can happen when you have multiple price points in place as well. So it's just something to think about of how you want to run your business. Now, depending on your price point, and this is approximately how this can come together for you. This is just a couple examples. And the truth is you're going to have probably multiple things, like money coming in different ways. And we always want to welcome money coming in, however it decides to come in. But I just want you to take a look at this and really see, okay, what is the goal? So if I know I would need to have 3 $5,000 payments each month to get to, and that's saying that you're stagnant. So obviously we don't want that. But it's just breaking it down in a way that shows you bite-sized pieces that this is possible. So that's what I want you to take away from this. 3 clients. That's a lot of it, all the way up to 100 and something. But depending on your audience, all of that is easily possible. What do you need to hit your goal? And that's what I do personally with my clients. But I want you to take a look at this and really kind of dissect it for yourself. What would you need? Obviously, over time, you're going to create base revenue. We're going to talk about that in a minute too. Like I said, I was going to show you what successful, consistent growth, healthy growth actually looks like. But when we start any and all new goals, you have to have a clear vision in mind of what it's going to take to get you there. That's what I'm talking about, the clarity and the confidence, bringing that strategic 6-figure plan in place. So once you know your offer, once you know how many clients you need to actually serve to get there, you get to serve. You guys, it's not even you need them, you get to serve them. Hell yeah, that's freaking amazing. They need you because you are a big deal. You don't need clients. Your clients need you. And as soon as you can start shifting that energy, you're going to feel on fire. And we're going to talk about shifting your energy here in a minute. But once we know that, once we have the clarity, we put that marketing plan in place and we make it happen. You have to remember that success doesn't happen overnight. But our goal is to take you, let's talk about this here, from the feast or famine. Maybe you're there. If you guys are in one of these 2 categories right now, while you're sending me messages, go ahead and tell me where you're at so I can get to know your business a little bit deeper. But you might be in the feast or famine, meaning you have some success, or maybe you have hit a 10K month one time and you're like me at the very beginning. When I hit 10K, I hit 17K, and then I went back down to 4K, and that wasn't fun. I mean, it was when I hit 17,000, but it wasn't fun the next month, right? So energetically, there's some things that we need to work on there, which we're going to do today. Now, you also, either you're on the financial roller coaster where you're up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, or you might be in a place where you're booked out and underpaid, right? And that leads to this like little sad face. Look at this little guy. He's like burnt out. At least they're burnt out because you're booked. You've got clients. You're actually really successful, but you're still not making the money that you desire to be making. Okay. So over time, our goal is to get you to healthy growth. And this is what the healthy growth looks like. Okay. This is what the healthy growth looks like. It looks like this is your base revenue. I know we just talked about that. Your base revenue is going to grow over time too with the launches and promotions that we put in place from your offers. When you have those 9 pieces together, this is just going to happen. Okay. But understanding that there are some ups and downs, and there's some steady, and then there's ups, and then sometimes it might go down, and that's okay. But as you continue with the 6-figure strategy and the energetic shifts needed, your energetic money minimum actually continues to grow at least every 3 months. And that's when things start to become consistent for you. But this is what we want your business to look like. And the truth is, there are so many ways to get to 100K. So many ways. You have literally unlimited possibility, unlimited opportunity to actually receive more than ever before. Now you have to decide what that looks like. But a lot of this will come down to the clarity. I actually wanted to skip that slide. I thought I took that out of here, but you know what? Let's talk about it. Something to know as well, and we're going to talk about the clarity here because we're not going to go in depth of these things, but really, truly, you guys, the people who you see at the top, the people who you look at and you're like, oh my God, they're so successful. They've honestly mastered these 3 things. Okay. They have mastered their confidence. They have mastered their messaging, that magnetic messaging, and the marketing, and they have mastered their sales. So really diving into, we kind of talked about that in a different way, but these are the 3 things that every successful entrepreneur out there who is kind of where you want to be right now, these are the 3 things they have. So we really got to take a look in the mirror and figure out, okay, where are my gaps? And be honored that you have gaps that you get to fill. Now, let's talk about the 6 C's. The 6 C's. Okay, these are the 6 C's to closing more sales than ever before. And then it continues and it continues and it continues. Okay, so we start obviously with clarity, then we go to confidence, connection, content, convert, cash flow, obviously like converting into clients. So everything we do always starts with clarity.
You need to be clear on your plan. You need to be clear on your goals, your desires, your transformation, your message. You got to be clear on everything. Okay. And so with clarity, as we talked about earlier, comes so much confidence. We mentioned this earlier, and I'm going to fill more of the gaps of how we get to that cash flow, more of the how for my how-to people, but you're like, but how do we get there? This makes sense, but how do I get there? Let's talk about it. Okay. This is how it actualizes and manifests into physical reality of cash money. Once you're clear and confident, you start to connect. You connect on an energetic level, but you also connect with more people because you're excited about it. You're really treating people like human beings. Just treat someone like a human being. You're creating that social aspect of social media. People crave connection, and people, honestly, they want to feel important. They want people to notice them. And so actually making the conversation, go compliment someone today. Go out of your way and make a new friend. Show them your energy and let them fall in love with you from there. Because ideally, with this going on, you have all those 9 things in place. Your profile is optimized. When you message someone, Facebook is like, oh, Brooke and Sarah are friends. Cool. They're messaging each other. They're talking. I'm going to show Sarah more of Brooke's post because they're friends and they like each other. And then I'm coming in with my fierce self, which is the content we're going to talk about now. So in that little zigzag, we're going to go down the content. I come in with my fierce self, talking about my offers, talking about the breakthroughs that you need to have, talking about the things you need to scale your business, talking about all of these things that blow people's minds. And they're like, oh, I need to sign up for her freebie. I need to sign up for a call. I need to message her right now. All of those things, right? So then we're creating that potent content. And the truth is your client, if they're meant to be your client, they're going to be drawn to it. There's going to be something about it that produces a scroll stop ability for them. And they're going to want to binge the whole thing. You would not believe, you guys, as a podcaster, if you've not listened to the Fiercely Unstoppable podcast, make sure you go check it out. But as a podcaster, people will message me and they'll be like, Brooke, I just listened to like 10 episodes and I found you today. And I'm like, that's so fun. But you want to make sure you're actually making that potent, binge-worthy, teachable content that leads people to the next step, which brings me to the conversion. Okay, so obviously, let's recap real quick. Obviously, we have to have the clarity of what we want in the first place, okay? Then you want to have the confidence to actually put yourself out there. You want to be bold. You want to be fierce. You want to stand in your power and you want to sell. And with that connection and that content piece together, that's where that conversion comes to place. With that potent content, that's going to lead to clients converting, and clients will lead to cash. Woo, that cash flow. And then their arrow goes back up because we're doing this whole cycle again and again and again. But we have to build your influence and your impact. The size of your audience and your surroundings, it truly doesn't matter, okay? It really doesn't. But the impact that you have over them does. So let me give you a numbers example, okay? Let's say you want to have a level 10 impact. Like you want to be at a level 10, whatever that looks like. You are at a level 10. Just bear with me. But let's say you have a level 2 impact. So you have low impact on 8 people. That equals 10. 2 plus 8 equals 10. You have a low impact on 8 people. But let's say you have 2 people and you make a level 8 impact on those 2 people. You're still going to equal 10. But think about who's going to convert more. Probably those 2 people because they got a level 8 impact from you. So I want you to pivot and make sure you're going deep. There's so many distractions in the space right now. There's so many amazing things and opportunities out there, but go deep before you go wide and really look at the current influence you have and give to them. Okay. So I'll leave this one on here for now and then I'll move over to this. Because I want you to take a look at this and maybe even talk to me and tell me what's going on for you and where's the disconnect for you, understanding the clarity route to cash flow. So the biggest shift you probably need to make, you guys, is how you're showing up for your audience. Are you doing these consistent C's or are you missing a piece? Are you making sure that you're actually talking to your audience of where you are now, encouraging them to elevate to where you are, encouraging them to calibrate to your energy, to rise with you? Are you making sure you have strong calls to action every single day? Always giving your potential clients the next step to lead to a conversion, right? Are you utilizing the growth strategies to actually make genuine connections every single day? You have to remember that you will get as much as you ask for, and there is a lot available. But what are you asking for? What action are you not taking? Where are you not playing 100% full out? Okay. The thing is you have to take action, and these are the pieces of action. And there's, like I said, little baby strategies in each of those 9 things that we talked about earlier. But this was my next slide, my little boom slide. Your action level needs to match your desire level. Your action level needs to match your desire level. But to get started in this journey in the first place, to get started on your next 100K in the next 6 months, you have to have clarity to even get it started. Let me see what my next slide is. Okay. So back to the send me a DM. So again, you guys, with this said, and we're going to talk about energetics here, and we're going to be face to face with, we're going to move the slides and just be connected here together. So if you want me to take a look with everything we've talked about so far, tell me what you're struggling with. Seriously, send me a message right now. Stop me, pause me, do the thing. Send me a message. What are you struggling with? If you want me to take a look at your unique business and how you're marketing yourself and tell you exactly what you need to shift to actually scale to those $10,000 to $30,000 cash months, again, send me the message call. CALL. And I'm going to see if you're a good fit for one of those 10 strategy calls that I'm giving away. On this call, we're actually going to be going over 3 things. Okay. We're going to figure out the biggest things blocking your success right now. I'm also going to be giving you step-by-step strategies to actually help you hit your next 5-figure cash month. And then we're going to go over the 3 things you need to have in place. You must have these in place to actually scale to 6 figures and beyond this year. So make sure you send me a message with the word call if you want my personalized shifts for you and your exact business. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this on just for a minute, and then let's talk about, screenshot this if you need to. We'll come back to this, but I'm gonna stop sharing and come back to you. Hello, 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 hello. I hope you're having fun so far. I am so happy you're here. Okay, we're gonna be on just camera, and we're gonna talk about the energetics of receiving more money than you could ever imagine. Because you can rewire your mind to receive more. And when we break it down, it's a worthiness issue. That's the biggest issue that I see in all my clients, deep, deep, deep down. It's a worthiness thing. But the truth is you get to receive more than you could ever imagine. As much money as you want. As much money as you want. So what do you need to believe in order to receive more? Because the truth is you have to be ready. You've got to be ready to receive more. And I want you to be like, all right, Brooke, I am open and ready to receive. Say that out loud right now. Ready? I am open and ready to receive. We have to release the tension of needing money, right? The need money is like this closed, like, I need it, I need it, I need it. Desperate energy. I need clients to come to me right now. We have to give the universe and God some time to get behind your desire, to get aligned with what you actually want. So we don't go from 10K months to 100K months overnight. That would be that feast and famine that we just talked about, right? Because that'd be a crazy thing. To be honest, we probably wouldn't know what to do with that kind of a huge shift. Because if I really handed you a multi-million-dollar business right now, would you actually confidently know how to run it? Probably not. But maybe deep down, you know that running a multi-million-dollar business is meant for you. Amazing. Let's get your energy behind it. Let's give the universe and God some time to actually get behind it as well, knowing that we're always co-creating. But your main job in business is to do 2 things. Do the work, so take action, and keep believing you can have your desire. For some reason, people get in their head that they have to do so much more stuff. Those two things, that's what you got to do. And then you come to me and I actually help you make that plan, and I help you generate and facilitate the shifts needed to receive. Okay. This is huge. My clients, one of my clients, Catherine, we had a huge energy shifting day. The next day she had a $7,000 day. My client Mello, her and I did some energy shifting stuff. In 5 days, she made over $8,000. Same thing with my client Indigo. Her and I did some energy shifting stuff together. And literally, I think it was that day she sold out her program and had over 100 comments of people wanting to know more about it. You have to keep your energy high around the thing that you desire. So keep showing yourself that it's possible. Find the evidence from your past to show you that something like this is possible. But also, if you don't have that evidence yet, create it, okay? Borrow it from other people, because we're all just humans. We're all humans, okay? We're all humans. We all make mistakes. My nose is like running while I'm on this training. And yet my ability to receive money, it has nothing to do with your ability to receive money. Your nose runs just as much as mine does, okay? Your puppy barks in the background just as much as I do. It doesn't mean that I am any better or any less than or anything. That's it, okay? When you show yourself the evidence, and when you stay high energy around what you want, it's going to happen so much faster than you realize. But sometimes things do take time. Time is the unpredictable factor that we have to kind of morph into your desire. But you need to remember that business is a numbers and a magic game. So when we have the numbers, the magic is just boom, 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 boom when you're doing the work. But it's when we let the numbers down and the magic comes far and in between. But I want you to see more magic more often. So know what you want, stay with it, believe in it, and that's what speeds it up. Knowing what you want, keep feeling the feelings of having that thing. Now, I'm going to break this down because you probably maybe have heard this before and you're like, okay, Brooke, I get it. But like, what the hell does any of this mean? We need to get you to the point where you believe you can have it. And I want you to write out all the ways that you can do the monetary desire, how you can have, why you can receive. What are all the ways that you can actually make this happen for you? Because when you have the big goals, the universe just needs some time to rearrange for you. So let's talk about this vibration, because that's what we got to think about. And we're going to talk about the energy of money. Okay. I want you to think about a few things though. Have you ever, let's just pretend like this is a book. Ooh, this is not a book, a regular book, but it's a journal. Okay. So have you ever like opened up a book and you're reading the book? You're reading the book and all of a sudden you feel the storyline and you cry because of the storyline. Have you ever cried? Like I have like ugly sobbed because I was reading this book and I was like, oh my God. And just like to wipe my tears because I couldn't read anymore. And I was like, do you know what I'm talking about? This physical book didn't make you cry. The text on the paper, these are just words. These are just scribbles. If you break it down, it's like this, but we just have them in a tangible form of how we know how to read it. The scribbles on the page didn't make you cry. So what is it? It's the meaning that we give the text that makes you feel a certain way. Just as thoughts create feelings, so do words. This is very important, okay? When someone that you really, really care about says, I love you, you could feel that. It creates a certain vibration, okay? Just as when you remember those emotions, maybe emotion you felt at one time, you can feel those feelings again. So let's say, all right, do it with me. Remember a time that you were totally ecstatic. You were like, oh my God, I just You got a moment in time. You can re-feel those feelings. You see my energies just shift right then. Seconds, your energy can shift. Energy follows anything that makes you feel anything. So every thought, word, feeling has a vibration. You can think thoughts, you can say words, and you can feel things that produce that shift in vibration. Okay. So you want to use this for your advantage. And I want you to think about actually receiving the amount of money that you want now. What is that amount of money that you want right now? How would it feel? If I handed you $10,000, would you be like, hell yeah, that's amazing, I earned this? Or would you be like, I don't know what to do with $10,000? Right? So what does this mean? Let's break it down even further. How would it feel? How would it feel to have the thing that you actually want? And sometimes we push it too far out of realm that we just get angry. And I'm going to tell you a story here in just a minute, but think about it this way too. Let's say that $10,000 is your goal. So if I handed you the $10,000, if you actually receive the $10,000 now, how would you be feeling? How would you go celebrate? Who would you celebrate with? And what would you do? Would you call them up and be like, oh my God? So I remember when I hit $10,000 the first time, I texted my mom and my dad because they've always been such a big cheerleader for me and supported me throughout my whole life. And some of you might know this, but you guys, I came from food stamps. I was on food stamps about just under 4 years ago, because this business is almost 4 years old. I was on food stamps. I was working 3 part-time jobs, and I was receiving money from my parents every single month, like begging them so I could eat, begging them so I could live, so I could pay rent. It was embarrassing financially, and I knew something had to be different. That's why I'm so passionate about this work that I do, because once I figured this out, how is it possible that I went from food stamps and having like no bank, like no savings account? Like I had maybe $20 in there. I was lucky if my money had $100 in my account. Like that was a good day, to now having more money than I ever could imagine at one time and hitting these $45,000, $30,000 cash months. This is the work. This is how it's possible. So when you receive it, I called my mom, I called my dad, and I was like, I just did it. So actually I hit 13,000 in the first week of that month. And then it scaled to 17,000. I called my mom because I told her in the very beginning of my business, even when I was on food stamps, because I knew I was meant for more, but I needed to give the universe some time to catch up to my desire. But I knew I was meant for more. I told her in the very, very beginning of my business, back in the day when I used to borrow money from her, I said, okay, mom, when I hit my first $10,000 cash month, I'm taking you on a trip. It was, I think 2018, 2018, because I started this business in 2017. 2018, I took her to Maui, Hawaii, fully paid for by my business. And then in 2019, I traveled full time. And then she met me in Paris and London as well while I was traveling abroad and working and, earning lots of money and helping other people earn lots of money. We have to identify the feelings that we would feel with the amount that we desire. Now, here's the deal. Let me tell you the story. So we have to figure out, are the feelings good feelings, or are they pressure vibes? Or is it like there's pressure to do it? So recently, I've been feeling a lot of real pressure vibes around my goal of consistent $50,000 cash months, because I'm so close. And every time I don't hit it, I feel annoyed. I feel irritated. I feel disappointed. And rather than having that belief in the faith, that it's going to happen next time, I'm like frustrated, and I'm like, well, why isn't this happening? Like everybody else is doing this. Like, what's wrong with me? We go down that fear-driven cycle that we go down. But then I shifted the number. You have a choice of dwelling in whatever you want to dwell in. I remembered my bigger goal of actually hitting $1 million in revenue this year. And that excited me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually so excited about that. I'm planning out my photo shoot for it. I'm like so excited. And the idea of having a $100,000 cash month in 1 month, that gives me energy. That feels light and lifted. That feels fun and exciting. So sometimes if you feel pressure around your goal, like I just talked about, you might need to expand your focus. So if your goal is 10K and you feel pressure around that, maybe let's expand it to 20, because all of a sudden it will start to feel exciting again. And then the odds are you're probably going to hit like 13,000. You're going to surpass 10K. That's actually what happened to me. Is I started focusing on 30,000. Even though I was so far from 30,000, it just excited me. It took me over 2 years of focusing on $30,000 cash months before I was able to receive it. Now, that's not going to be your story necessarily. It could take you a month, right? Especially with the work that we do together. It could take you 5 years. I don't know. It could be 10 years. I don't know. It could be 6 months. I don't know. That was my journey, because there were some things that I needed to work on. There were some things I needed to shift. There were some strategies I needed to get in place, because it's not all mindset, you guys. It is a lot of mindset, but it's not all mindset. There are some strategic things you need to have in place to actually receive. Okay. So what do you want? What do you want? And what do you expect? Okay. Are you expecting to get what you want? Are you expecting to keep being frustrated? Because you will receive what you expect. So we got to check in on our current belief system. What do you currently believe? What do you need to believe? And wherever you are right now, maybe you're in that frustration mode like I was. It's not that it's not happening. It just hasn't happened yet. It just hasn't happened yet. So to wrap up this energy and vibration talk, you guys, you become a vibrational match to a certain level of money. That's what I was talking about with the base revenue earlier. And when I showed you the healthy growth, I can show you that again if you, actually, let's just go ahead, because we're almost done with the energetic stuff. So let me just go ahead and share this again. So let's go back to the healthy growth right here, this base revenue. Okay. So you are a vibrational match right now to a certain level of money by feeling the feelings of having it now. And the truth is you need to normalize wealth. You need to get really comfortable with having more money than you know what to do with, like more money than you've ever seen in your entire life. So the question becomes like, what if wealth was just normal for you? What if a ton of money, like bloop, was just normal? Like, of course I have a ton of money. Like, of course that happens. What if you just got paid every single day? That is your new normal. Feel into those feelings, because there are so many ways to receive more money to actually get on this healthy growth train where we're actually taking you to multiple six figures. But the truth is like you get $1 million ideas all of the time. You get $1 million ideas all the time, but you have to choose to listen to them. You are worthy of earning in excess to live your best life. You are worthy of earning in excess to live your best life. So practice receiving, practice rewiring your thoughts, practice being a vibrational match to money. The vibration, like play with it, you guys. Play with money. Start having fun with money. Because of those who receive money, they love money. Oh my God, those who receive a lot of money, they love money. They've got a good, fun energy with money. Cool? All right. So I hope that you are feeling on freaking fire. If you have not sent me a message yet and you want to claim one of those 10 spots I have available, if it's a good fit, of course, send me a message. Just talk to me too. Let me know where you are in business. Let me know if this resonated. Let me know if you're loving this. Let me know your biggest takeaway. Send me a message. Don't be a stranger. I want to hear from you. I want to, say hello. So again, you guys, let's just recap really quickly on the few things that we learned. We learned a couple core things here. Okay. You learned the 3 things that you need to actually hit your next 100K. So that clarity, confidence, and consistent cash flow. You also learned the deeper level of that, the 9 essentials of scaling your business. And then we dove into those 6 consistent C's to actually receive more sales. And then, of course, we talked about the vibration, the energetic vibration needed to actually receive more money than ever before. So here's how I can help, okay? You guys, I do have a free gift for you. I just made this bit.ly link. This is fire, okay? These are the top 10 strategies that I use to hit 500,000 and what I'm doing to hit 1 million in revenue this year. Okay. So again, I am Brooke Allison. It has been a pleasure hanging out with you, spending time with you. Make sure you send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, either one there. And then bit.ly/core strategies. Okay. CORESTRATEGIES. If this is too hard for you to type out, send me a message and be like, Brooke, send me that cheat sheet. Send me that strategy sheet. Like, just, let me know that you found me somewhere. Again, this is how you can connect with me. So my personal Facebook is Brooke Allison Wandling, if you want to message me on there instead. Obviously, the Facebook group, which has almost 6,000 people in it, probably over 6,000 people in it now, Fiercely Unstoppable Entrepreneurs. My business page is Brooke Allison, Instagram, Brooke Allison with an extra N, LinkedIn. I'm not really on LinkedIn, but that's cool. Podcast, Fiercely Unstoppable. Here's my website. You guys, I am so excited for you to scale your business and for you to hit 100,000 in the next 6 months. Dive into this, rewatch this a couple times, really get your knees in deep and put all of your energy into this, because you can receive more than you've ever imagined. But we got to get the strategy and the energy paired together so it can happen faster and more exciting and more fun than you could ever imagine. Okay, let's stop sharing. I love you guys. Don't be a stranger. I can't wait to hear from you. And I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Have fun at the summit. I'll talk to you later. Bye.